All right, welcome, y'all. We're going to get started here in just a second. I apologize for being a little tardy. I was wrapping up our last call. So, unless you see it that we won't be having this call on LinkedIn, we will be having this call on LinkedIn. All right, let me give you a chance to come into the room. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, let me pull up a couple of links. Welcome, welcome. Okay, okay, welcome, welcome. Okay, all right. I have everything I need. Okay, let's see here. No, one more thing. Okay, get over here to my Zoom. All right, welcome, y'all. Hey, it's Montina here. I'm not going to be on camera today, y'all, because I'm in India. I'm in India. So we're going to the Taj Mahal tomorrow. This has been very interesting indeed. I won't share today, right? In person, I probably let's just say the beggars are persistent pests. I've never seen the level of begging anywhere in the world. I've been all over like there is in India. So it kind of takes away from the visit because these people just are pests. But it's a beautiful country to visit. Great people. Oh my gosh, just some of the nice. Actually, they're very nice. But I have a lot of Indian friends. But it has been a very interesting um, visit indeed. But that's not why we're here today. We're going to talk about something else. So let me. Oh, you know what? Hold on. The governor. What I wanted to talk about. Let me see. So I decided to start this Let's Talk Politics call because I like talking about politics. And I found that there are a lot of people that don't understand how politics work. So even on this trip, one of the ladies here was just like, so you're going to run for office? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, can you like tell me more about it? And I was like, well, I don't know how much you know about politics. She's like, nothing. And I was like, oh my gosh, girl, let me talk about it. It is so fun. And again, I talk about this because I am having a good time with it. I decided to run because, of course, we all kind of see that there are opportunities in our community for improvement. But really, I was like, oh, there's opportunities for people to be educated. And I do have the wherewithal, I have the tenacity, I have the strength. But I also, when I look at how some of the people talk to citizens and constituents on next door, which we're going to talk about, I realize that people just aren't in the know. They really think, and I mean, let me see my share my screen. I really think it's admirable. But most people, they're promising things they really can't deliver on because you can't deliver on things if you really don't understand politics, meaning from a political landscape we have our governor here in our state, we have our senators at the federal level in Congress, but we have state senators, we have 180 in the House of Representatives. You have your county managers, city administrators, city managers, commissioners, which are equal to your mayor. Then you have your city council, and really the mayor and the madam or the chair of the commission, they do like three appointments, it might be, and then everyone else has to work together. So it's a symbiotic relationship. And most people just think, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to make all these decisions. Even Mayor Dickens, he's a great example. Most people are super duper impressed, which he's doing, I think, a great job, but he's not doing a great job independent of the council, of the commission. Rob hits the commission level. So you have your commissioners at the county level, then you have your council at the city level. So yes, they're doing a great job, but it's because everyone's working together, but you only see the one in the limelight. But literally, there's an entire city council working in conjunction with everything that you see going on. The mayor can't do anything but appoint a few appointments, a few positions for appointment, and that's it. Like pretty much your public, let's see, your sheriff, but it would be like your fire chief at the city level, again, not county. And then it would be the chief of police, right? Chief fire chief, chief of police. I think there's one more appointment. So what we'll look at now, make sure, can everyone hear me? Okay, somebody just put in chat. You can hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Y'all there? Can you hear me? Yes? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, I'm in India, so you don't know if if everything's working correctly. So let's look at a few different things here today that I wanted to bring up. One is our governor's report, because this is important for us. Now, I do things from a business perspective. If you are a citizen, you're just joining, like, hey, I'm just interested. Thank you, welcome. But I think in terms of how business owners think. Okay, so I like to make sure that you understand where the governor's budget reports are. And this is the overall reports for our state. Okay, thanks, Paul. All right, so I put the link in there where you can look at it. They actually have the briefs, they have the finalized budget, and they actually have it where you can, I don't know if you want to pay for a printed copy. Okay, you can do that as well. Okay, but he has it out here where they have it out here from 2007 to 2024. If you're, like kind of nerdy like me, you might want to go in and download them all, compare again on your extra time, I guess. But again, you can come in here and look at the fiscal years for the reports, the overall budget for the reports, and then the information. If you're going to be, understanding what's going into your state, understanding politics, look at the budget, look at where the money is flowing. Okay. So look at the budget proposal. Looks like, okay, committed to using tax dollars efficiently. We've been able to return. So remember, Governor Kemp is returning. Don't hear this where Governor Kemp's returning money. Come and read and educate yourself. It's returning over $5 billion directly to Georgia taxpayers through rebate, suspension of state's motor fuel tax, blah, blah, blah. They're focused on growing our state's economy rather than growing state government, right? And we are reaping the dividends of those. I'm not going to give this all to you. He was proud to support and sign the largest income tax reduction thanks to partnerships, landmark bills. This additional saves $300 million per year, okay, in tax, even though we have a state tax. They've been able to return funds to citizens. So companies are flocking to Peach State to expand their operations. My budget also includes $250 million for the Georgia Environmental Financing Authority's Georgia Fund, low interest loans to communities, expand their water, sewer infrastructure. So, man, this is going into your community. $250 million in additional funds for economic development grants provided through the Regional Economic Business Assistance Program. Okay, have you even heard of the Regional Economic Business Assistance Grant Program? I haven't. These are things I like to look up. One Georgia Authority, including $60 million to provide assistance for local governments for economic site development. Again, in politics, where I'm headed, these are things I want to know. Okay, some of this is taught through Georgia Municipal Association, but if your government officials aren't staying on top of things like this, then they're not gaining access to the funds. There are so many grants when I go in these meetings that the cities can apply for that add to their budget. Okay, so where I am, we have a 33,000 plus constituents or called citizens in the city of McDonough, but we have a $79 million balanced budget. Well, we can gain access to more grants. Okay, economic site development, 50 million for workforce housing. Okay, and initiatives. We are a AAA stated rate government. Remember, I've heard Mayor Andre Dickens talking about AAA state rate of state. $1 billion investment in retirement risk health portfolios, retirement system. So again, I'm not going to read through all of this, but I want you to see like, hey, you can come in here and look at the budget. Okay, pay supplements, all of it. You can come in and literally look at budget highlights. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go in here and actually look for, let me just try to look in here. Let me see. So it's not in state and counties. So it's looking at budget highlights and it's looking at programs. Okay. Summer transition programs, Educated Georgia, human resources, public health, veteran services, $1 million expansion to veterans mental health services program, Department of Corrections. So if I'm in construction and I know the Department of Corrections has a budget, I know they have $135 million just for facility maintenance and repairs. And I might be thinking about who do I need to contact the Department of Corrections, right? to figure out how to gain access to this money. Are they doing, who's in supplier diversity at Department of Corrections? Again, I'm not going to take this into a business call because that's what I do. They have security and technology initiatives, 5 million. They have recruitment advertising campaigns, 6 million, 2024, 2025. So again, as a business owner, come and look at the budget. Okay. So the next thing that we'll look at, again, I put the information in there. There are different house committees. Okay. Because I'm in business, my thing is I look at, hey, Shelly. I look at the different committees as it relates to what I do. But you can come in here and look at the different house committees. We have 180 state representatives. But did you know we have 56 state senators in our state Senate? You need to find your legislator. Okay, find your legislator. Know what different committees are out there. Okay, the Senate committees. Start really educating yourself. So right now I'm hosting an event October 8th, and it's related to small business. I went to the small business committee. I called up. I did, and they're regular people. These people, they have jobs. Most of them they're retired. And I asked if the invite could be sent to the entire small business house committee. Okay. So we have these committees and they work for us. We forget these things. I see people. So one Nextdoor app, someone was complaining about streets in our city. They're like, I wrote Senator John Ossoff. I was like, you don't have to write the senator about sidewalks. You should be going to city council and talking to your mayor. Like, it's not even smart, like some of the things that people say, but they just don't have the knowledge or understand. But you can literally sit in on these committee hearings. You can literally say, hey, I want to learn more about. You can come in here and literally educate yourself as a citizen, business owner. That's why they have the lobbyists. Okay, so you can come in here and find your legislator. So I'm going to encourage you to find your legislator. Everyone right now is all, federal politics, but, shame on you if you don't know anybody on the local side at all. You don't know your senator, you don't know your commissioner, you don't know your council member. You never ever had an opportunity to meet your mayor because you just don't show up. We have to start showing up. Okay, you can find your representative by districts for your senators. Okay. And you may want to talk to your legislator after you've talked to your mayor or city council or commissioner or county manager, said, hey, I have some concerns about this in my community. They are there to help us, to serve us. I actually was going back and forth with somebody, unfortunately. Well, no, I wasn't. I shouldn't say that. I wanted to have it up here on the screen, but I noticed on Nextdoor app, I have Nextdoor, LinkedIn, YouTube, and the person was sharing about just things I knew were kind of wrong. And, I thought it was smart to say something that was helpful. But then I mentioned my commissioner, and the person just was nasty. Said, ma'am, she's the county chair. Okay, she's your county chair too. And then, so one of the things to think about for us as citizens, and I'm just gonna, you can look at this screen because can't see me, is how the representatives are also speaking to your people running for office. It's okay to be passionate, but it's not okay to be disrespectful, aggressive. That's not acceptable. And if you want to get into office, keep that in mind. So now I'm actually going around people that I know may provide me some sort of frustration, just so my reactions are in alignment with, again, who I am, representative of my community in my city and county. But the person actually was saying things like, me and my husband's logistics business, which I knew who they were talking about, but I don't even own a logistics business. Shame on me for defending people I don't in a county. It was just real accusatory. Be mindful that when we're sharing things online, share factual things online, but as a constituent, pay attention to what's being shared online also. And be mindful of how we're speaking to people and how they're speaking to us. Because I'm actually going to share some of this. I'm actually going to report it to the ethics board. Remember, we can report things to the ethics board from individuals too. You have ethics boards in your county and in your community. Okay. All right, Shelly, that's right. Local government. So these are important things to understand as well. Okay, because I don't play on the internet. I don't play in fake, and I don't play on. I am me all the time. I'm not a keyboard warrior. We have to really start holding them accountable. But if they're speaking to you in a different manner, the person was very, very disrespectful. And I know they're running for office, and I am going to send this to the ethics. So be mindful, screenshot things if you can. But when we start getting in alignment with these folks and saying, hey, we're not playing games with you, then they will do what they're supposed to do. But we have to do what we're supposed to do and understand who they are, meet with them. I do have a little spreadsheet of kind of the things what are you passionate about in your community? Are you passionate about the sidewalks? Cool, whatever, I don't care. But be passionate at your local level. Are you passionate about youth? There's like a couple of RPs out there right now on the Georgia procurement. Then be passionate about the youth, but who do you need to talk to? Everyone has a role in local government. We just need to find out who has that role. Like right now, we have 56 state senators. We have 180 state representatives. Let me pull up more of my local notes. Who's this one? Oh, hey, Shelly. Okay, look at you, girl. You look pretty. All right. We have where's my political information? Hold on, we have 180 state reps. We have our House of Representatives, our state Senate, our US representatives in Congress, and our US senators. We have a Speaker of the House. We have our state Senate, less than 1/3 the size of the House. The Georgia State Senate has 56 state senators. The lieutenant governor leads as the president of the Senate elected directly. And that is, I believe it's Bert. And let me tell you something. I've been in a lot of meetings, didn't understand what I know now, but now that I understand, we have to make sure that we are holding these folks accountable and meeting with them. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of that through the government affairs with the Atlanta Black Chambers. And again, it's for all of us. But under the leadership, when you have a Speaker of the House, everyone knows Nancy Pelosi, but we need to know, or knew, when she was in office. But we need to know our state senators, our lieutenant governor, who I think that's the one that's Bert. Let's see who our lieutenant governor is. And then we have our Speaker of the House, Speaker pro tem, majority leader, majority whip, majority caucus chair. I mean, we need to know who these people are. Okay. James Beverly, our minority leader, Sept Park. Billy, I know Billy. He's really cool. You'll see him everywhere. Okay. And Sandra Scott, she's everywhere too. You'll see her a lot. Okay. I know with the House side, on the business side, I was meeting with people, well, actually through another organization. But then once I realized, I was like, this person is not part of the small business House committee. Why are we always meeting with this person? And I've never met with the leader of the House committee. So again, I just wanted to share some things so that you're aware what's the kind of call to action. And I'll open it up for questions. You need to know your mayor. You need to know your county commissioners for your district. You need to know your district commissioner. You need to know your district council member, your mayor, like start at that level. And then we're going to start expanding into understanding our state. You're welcome to come to the meeting I'm hosting October 8th about small business set-asides. Even if you're not interested in that, it's still, I'm talking a lot about local government. Who's your state senator? Why do you want to know them? What are you passionate about? Pick something. So as we are getting older, we are making or creating a better world for those that are, behind us, whether you have kids, grandkids, community, you live there, work there, play there, pray there, and you vote there, then you need to make sure that you're understanding what's going on in politics. So I'm going to open this up. Okay, identity politics is very real. Yep, we got to hold them accountable, but we can't complain. What I'm seeing just too much of online is just people complaining, and I'm at, see, the thing is, I'm at the meetings. I see people storm out. I see people acting nasty, and I'm just like, oh, like I see these things. I'm kind of like, oh my God, like I can't believe people are complaining like this and they don't understand politics. So again, educate yourself, don't complain, but be mindful also. Our Lieutenant Gov, let me see here. I already had this in my notes, but I don't have it on screen. And do your due diligence. Okay, so our lieutenant, I think it's Bert. Yeah, Bert Jones. You'll see him. He don't look like this. He's a little bit older, much older, but he's actually everywhere. I've seen him for years. I didn't understand the role of the lieutenant governor. He's happy to provide assistance, guidance on working with state agencies on unresolved issues. Okay, you can reach out to the office. He meets with community members. Let's say you have, like the NAACP, we could invite him in. And one thing I also find is a lot of, especially Black people, were really committed to a party. So much so that we just don't even talk to or meet with other people in other parties. Me, I'm nonpartisan. The position I'm running for is nonpartisan, but even if I was, if I had to choose a party, I still would attend all of the events. We need to know what's being said in these rooms. And I've just found that a lot of the organizations I've been a part of over the past several years, we just don't even talk to the Republican side. Now, I talk to everybody, but again, that's something else I'm going to leave you with. But you can see there's different special committees. I know Senator Jason Espinez. I know him. I actually know him. He was up in DC when I was, up there meeting with Senator Ossoff in the room. And I'm like, I just was with you at Topgolf. And that's why I said, I need to understand how this works. So again, we can come in here, pick a presentation, pick a document, but pick a passion, okay? Because you don't have time for everything. My passion is small business. Pick a passion. So when they're going in office, you go down there, you can start supporting, and you could be a community lobbyist. I'm going to kind of leave it there so I can open this up for questions, but you can also be a community lobbyist too, okay? All right, what questions do you all have? Shelly, we just all looking at you because I'm not on screen today. I'm in India. If you came late, I'm here. It is, if I don't know if you can see my screen up here. Hold on. I'm in India. My screen here has it's 12:23 a.m. I went outside. We had to ride up to Taj Mahal tomorrow. I've been here for a while. I just didn't post anything online. And the funny thing, we arrived at our hotel today, and we've been in 3 hotels, different cities. And I got a massage, took a shower and everything, got a massage. And I got into bed and I let my alarm go off and I said, I'm getting up because I had this call and the other call. So I'm committed to y'all. It's fun. But what questions do you have? What questions do you have? Anybody have anything specific? I say, hey, Montina, I'm interested in this. And who do I contact? How do I set up the meeting? Because go into the meeting, don't go in complaining on your first meeting. Don't go into your mayor's office. I got this to say, this and this, that. Because really, you shouldn't be speaking to your mayor at all. You should be, you got to understand, let's just use the sidewalk. People are passionate about sidewalks. They don't want growth in the city. And one lady was, I'm a lifelong resident. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you've been living there for bazillion years. People are going to move into the places where they feel safe, where there's opportunities, where there's work. Get over it. So if you're passionate about like, okay, we want steady growth, you can take that to your district commissioner. So let me use Henry County because that's my county, okay? Even though the lady was being, you know, the things people are just so mad about is just, it is like not that serious. But I get it. So if you're saying, we're just not building enough sidewalks. Okay, cool. First, are the sidewalks owned by the county or by the city? Okay, that's a real question. If they're owned by the county, find out who your county commissioner is and go talk to them. You don't need to talk to the madam chair. You don't need to go to the president. Okay, like, right? We don't go to the president of an organization to complain. You go to they have somebody set up for that. So you can actually meet with zoning. You can meet with individuals. You can meet with the commissioners. Okay. So here's the commissioners, but you have to find out which district. My district commissioner is Kevin Lewis. I've met with him personally. I have his cell phone number. I'm linked with him on LinkedIn. I showed up to the town halls. Okay, so I'm showing up, find out. Meet with your commissioner and express your concerns. See if they can advocate on your behalf for the commission. Okay, but there's a way, there's a rhyme and a reason on how to do this. All right. All right. So what questions do you guys have or anything you want to share? I know Demetrius Rucker's here. Hey, Demetrius. I don't know if you saw what was going on next door with me, but it was funny. He's
Yeah, I saw you. I saw you.
starts with the P.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Was that the lady that starts with the P? You saw that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, cool, good. Because I'm taking that
Ni-
for it too. So,
Nice.
yeah, okay. So he's running for office. He's actually running for this seat, this District 1 seat. He's campaigning. But we have to make sure, don't complain. That's my big thing, I think, with these is I want to educate you so that you kind of understand who you need to talk to. And you don't have to complain. The things they're concerned about, they're concerned about too. All right, Shelly. Shelly's gonna be our first one. You got your hand up. And then
Okay.
okay, awesome. And welcome everybody.
All right.
See you.
Good. Well, first thing, if you could just hit your arrow back to that last, the one with the Senate committees on it. I was trying to get that URL handle.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'll just type it in the chat. Give me a second. Which,
Okay, the one that had the committees with their presentations. It was like the
okay,
link
got
just
it.
before
That
you
was Bert.
disappear.
Okay, that's Bert.
Mhm. And then, and the other thing I just wanted to say thank you for showing up and connecting with us again today, despite your international travels. So safe journeys to you and your travels, because we certainly did miss you for the past 2 weeks. But
Yeah,
we know you were out there putting in the work because you're very transparent. I really appreciate the advocacy that you do for small business, and then for those of us that are or were small business owners, and knowing that the politics and all of that stuff kind of connects and weaves together. So thank you. I just wanted to say that because literally following these half-hour sessions each Tuesday, I have been taking these tools and resources and deep diving, and places where I had gaps.
uh-huh.
It's all connecting. So I really appreciate it, and thank
Yay.
you. Enjoy India.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm ready I'll be ready to go soon. Let's just say that. I'm not gonna say how I feel publicly. You have to catch me in person, but you're more than welcome. Thank you so much. And I'm just here because again, if we're not educated, we're out here complaining. And it's actually pretty amusing. I'm gonna let Demetrius go, but and I'm to the point now where I understand it enough that now I'm laughing like, whoa, you guys are not that smart. And me too. Me too. When I see somebody talking, I wrote the senator about the sidewalks, I'm like, oh my God, that's like, so now I see why they don't take people seriously, because we just don't know what we're doing or what we're talking about. It's kind of embarrassing. So I don't want you all to be embarrassed because you just don't know what you're doing, when we could be smarter than that, right? We can be smarter than that. All right, Shelly, thank you so much. You're more than welcome. So I put the links all in the chat. Demetrius, you're here. You're up next.
So I didn't know you were in India, so I'm kind of jealous now. So,
Don't be jealous.
um, no, I just wanted to piggyback on a couple of things you said. One, so as I navigate the district and talk to people, there's one thing to complain, and then there's one thing to give constructive criticism,
Yes,
or additional insight to what you would like to be addressed in the county. So you just be mindful of these on these apps that there are a lot of people on there that are just like you said, Martina, like just complaining, and they
yeah,
have no no solutions to any problems. Their thing is to stoke fears, to get you scared enough that you will say, okay, I'll vote for this person. Then when that person gets in there, they have no idea. They have, like Trump, they have concepts of a plan, but they don't have any type of plan.
right.
So that's one. Two, I agree with you. Stay connected to your local government. A lot of it's easier than people think. Your county commissioner meetings are streamed online. They're on YouTube. I usually catch up on YouTube. The legislative sessions, if you go to the calendar, you can look at legislative sessions. You can look at study committees. They're recorded. You can look at all those committee meetings. So it's really, you don't have to like do it at that moment. You can take some time, maybe do it on the weekend, get caught up, watch a little bit at a time. Sometimes I do that as well. And the last part, yes, go sit down with your local officials, whether it's the mayor, whether it's your county commissioners. Sometimes you can even link up with your state representative if you go meet them at the COB at their office. So it's really not a heavy lift. We just have to make that time to get involved.
Yeah.
Like you, Montina, I've been to the Capitol numerous times. I've sat down with my district representative at the time who was a Republican. So yeah, so it's really not like I said, it's not a heavy lift. It just takes a little time.
Awesome. Thank you, Demetrius. So there you all have it. I'll wrap it up here. I just put in there, pick your passion. Demetrius, put your link in there. You all are running. I don't, listen, you guys got it. Yeah, I can't actually vote for Demetrius because again, he's not in my district. He's not going to show up on my ballot because he's not in my district. So there's certain things like I understand now, people call me, but but I know I have friends, I have people that I can share the information with. But remember, again, pick your passion. And that's why I said it's important. If you live in a city, you purchased a home in a city, or it's a long-term plan for you to stay there, then just, I would set up an appointment again with my county district commissioner, because those that are outside of your district, they're gonna meet with you, but they can't do anything. They don't live in your district. Or they don't represent your district. Your same thing, state representatives, they don't represent your district. They represent the state, but they represent a district. At the Senate level, we have 56 senators. Find out your state senator that represents your district. Um, uh, and again, all of us kind of hear about Senator Ossoff and Warnock, but there are additional senators and congressmen and women. And I even didn't realize that, because again, I'm going up there to the White House where I was 2 weeks ago. I was invited to the Small Business Roundtable, and it was great, but we're working. And one thing I see the government doing, and shame on them, is they are providing all these platforms for influencers. So my daughter's in her 20s. She makes homemade wine, and just, I mean, she's phenomenal. She does work with like Disney, Publix, big time. She's written vegan cookbooks. And she noticed it. She said, well, Mom, we're kind of in a room having meetings all day, but like I have people I know that are influencers, and they're on the lawn all in white. So it made me think, like, the government, the ones that are really doing, like, we're really doing the work. We're in the rooms. I'm asking tough questions when I hear the Treasury Department say we released $700 billion we made, not released, but purchased in procurement awards. $700 billion was awarded in bids last year. 490 million went to Black businesses, which encompasses anyone that identifies as Black. And what's crazy, only like 140 something billion went to small businesses. That is 20%. But on the Black businesses, it's like 0.0025. And I'm disgusted with those numbers. But because we're like, get all this performative um, things that the government is doing, we don't know. So at the federal, that's why I don't play. But at the state, we know these folks. You can go down to people's house, to the Capitol. You can literally go to their offices. You can find out where they work, and they have to meet with you. I actually sent an email to the poll person today, because again, I told you guys, I think that we need to be poll workers so we understand what's going on. Just from an election standpoint, I want to understand the whole process. And the lady, I sent her 4 emails. So she basically CC'd everybody. So I responded and said, hey, I sent 4 emails. I have no responses. So of course she responded today. I sure did. See, I'm about it, y'all. I'm about it for real. I see your face, Shelly. Yeah, I'm that one. Like, I hold people accountable. Why did I send you 4 emails and you haven't responded? What are you doing? Why are you so busy that you can't respond to people? And again, I'm going to do that at the state level. So again, as I'm teaching these things, it's about, hey, introduce yourself. So we'll have a call to action, kind of, maybe I'll map up some things. Go introduce yourself to your, start at the county level, your county commissioner, set up a meeting. Shouldn't take them months. Then after you do that, you really don't even need to meet with your chair, because your chair represents the entire council, but go to the meeting so they see you. I wear a name tag. People know me. Then go to your city council, your district, and they have at-large, maybe like my city has at-large positions over the entire city. And then yes, you should meet with your mayor, because they appoint positions. Your commissioner appoints positions. And I always ask my commissioner, like, hey, I'm ready to work. He's like, I don't have any positions to appoint. So those are, again, the things that to make you aware of. Shelly, thank you for putting information in for DeKalb County. I'm actually in Henry. You guys can focus on whatever counties you want. I kind of stay close to home, but this is our state. So any last questions as I wrap up here? Because I'm actually going to go back to bed. I'm gonna call my husband and see what time it is there. 3.
And really quickly, that's just a book recommendation
Oh,
for
okay.
anyone that's involved in. It just so happens that the author is now DeKalb County's first African American new CEO elect. But that book, which I'm going to get you an autographed copy, Montina, and I'll probably leave it at right or mail it to you. But the title, Government Reimagined, because she transitioned into politics from a corporate sector. And so I just think it's a really good read. So.
Okay, I love to read. I actually know Lorraine. Like, I know Lorraine. I know Lorraine from her.
I know you do.
Yeah, I remember Lorraine from Who's Who of Black America. So I know Lorraine. Like, this is, but again, many of us are now transitioning this way. That's why for me, I'm going into office, because I'm like, oh, it's literally like a big business, right? Oh, this is what I was going to share. You guys, I'm going over. If y'all have to hop off, look, I ain't got nothing else to do. I literally am just going to bed. But I wanted to also share, get involved locally. Like, I'm involved because I'm Black. I'm involved. Well, you don't have to be Black to be involved in NAACP and urban, but that's I've been here in India. You know, I was asking our guide, because he's with us the whole time, about their politics. And I said, they have mayors, they have districts. And when he was saying, I was like, oh, this is very much set up like us. He said, it is. So they have local things, they have village. He's talking about villages. Well, we do too. You all might not know, but we have villages, municipalities, townships, cities. Everything is not a city in the state of Georgia. But I went to the Urban League event. I'm part of NAACP. So, you know, I'm active in the NAACP. I'm going to their convention. We have a convention coming up in October, but get active in organizations as well. Okay. So there's just different things you guys will see me doing in terms of the movement. My movement is different. Okay. So again, get active in your local community. And I'm so happy that you all show up here. My only ask is, I said this in my last calls that I do. I have no ask except just leave me a recommendation, or I think they call it recommendation on LinkedIn. That's it. Just say, hey, you know, I jump on just one time. It's the only time you have to do it. That's all. I have nothing to sell you. You know, I'm just doing this because I want you to be smart. I don't want you to, you know, be like the people on Nextdoor saying dumb things and then people get upset. Oh my God, it's funny, but it's embarrassing when you just don't know what you're talking about. People, we are electing people based on personality, you know, and we have to hold people accountable to politics. Like, what are their campaign goals and or alignment, and who are they, and do deep dives and deep research and look at these individuals on a whole level, because they are literally making decisions that are going to transform our lives, our community, our budgets, everything. Okay. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks for being on camera for me, Shelly. Thanks everybody for joining. I'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Thank you. Thank you.